great. Just freaking great. Let me sit here and I got a few minutes. Let me just wait and hopefully it'll pass by. These guys are great. Beautiful day today. Oh yeah, it's going to be the best day of the weekend. Yep. Some of them make $1 million a year. $1 million. Oh, doesn't that sound good? Yeah, that sounds beautiful. That looks like it stopped. Let me try walk on here. Oh, Jesus. It looks like I picked the wrong day not to wear socks. Or maybe that's better. Whoa. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, geez, here comes some cars now. Come on. Slow down. Ah, son of a bitch. Now what? Just keep walking, man. Keep walking. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Here we go. And it's back. You know what? Only one thing to do. I think we all know what it is. Just sing. Who cares? Do it. Right on. Raindrops keep falling on my head. And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. And I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job. Oh, raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. But there's one thing I know. The blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining. Because I'm free, nothing's worrying me. Bow down. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining. Because I'm free, nothing's worrying me. Who the hell are those guys? Boom, boom, boom.
Burt Bacharach and Hal David. What a song.
Yeah, man.
Butch Cassidy.
in a Sundance key. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sonny the Songfather Grosso. Let me get this echo out of here once again. There we go. Nicely done. Welcome to podcast number, who the hell knows. And I didn't do it yesterday because I got a little sidetracked. And then I had to get ready for the Elvis Corona concert last night. And we had a lot of fun doing that. I did something like 26 songs in a little less than an hour. Man, it was fun. It was fun doing the King tunes. I love it. So we're doing it today, the podcast, Saturday, October 24th, 2020. That's right. One day before my sister Donna's birthday. It's unbelievable. Thank God October's almost over. And, well, let me just say this. I haven't watched any NFL games all year long because of all the stupidity at the beginning and going along, and okay. And then I hear from my son, the Sonny boy, Sonny the clone, Sonny the man, that I think they were 1 whatever. He says, if the Giants win tonight, they're tied for first place. I said, what? Yeah, they're tied for first place. I said, how can that be? He goes, because everybody in the NFL East sucks. Oh, all right. So I'm doing my thing, blah, 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 blah. I go into my room and, relax on the bed and just doing a couple of things on the phone. And this was Thursday, by the way. And I forget what I was doing. Maybe making notes for the podcast. I don't know. But I didn't watch the game, So I'm switching the channels around a little bit later on in the evening. And I see the Giants are up by like 13 points with 5 minutes to go. And I knew right then and there they were going to lose the game. It's just what they do. Okay. And especially when it's against anybody in the NFL East. I said, okay, let's watch. And it was against Dallas, right? Yeah, I think so. And, all right, you're up 13 points, 5 minutes to go. Even if they score another touchdown, you get the ball, you run the clock out, game's over, you win, you're in first place. Oh, okay, good, okay. Nope. They suck. Ingram drops the pass. And then the play before that, I think it was probably a play-action call, and he couldn't pass it or hand it off, so he ran for the quarterback, Jones, I think, ran for himself. There is nobody behind him, nobody on the side of him, nobody in front of him, and he's running for the end zone, and he trips and falls. So I would assume, although you make an ass of you and me when you assume, but I would assume that's how their whole season's been going anyway, so. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe my eyes. And then they had another chance, like just to get down the field and attempt, maybe a 40-yarder field goal. That would have won the game because Dallas went for the 2 and didn't get it. Okay, good. So everything's playing right. If the script makes sense, everything's perfect for a winning field goal. First place, everything turning around for the season, right? No, of course not. Why should it? So anyway, welcome everybody. I hope you had a good week. And like you could tell by the way this podcast started off, once again, I have my insult gun aimed at the meteorologists that said, starting with Monday, that's why do away with the 10-day forecast. Do away with it. It makes absolutely no sense since we do not control the weather. And I got news for you, ladies and gentlemen. You don't control the weather. You just report the weather. And not too well, might I add. And now you have commercials. See, back in the day, you took the brunt of it. And that was never fair. And I said that all the way back then. Like Tex Antoine in between cocktails would say, and then I said it was going to be beautiful yesterday and it rained and I apologized. And I remember saying to Ma and Daddy-O, why is he apologizing? He's got nothing to do with it. Well, you should know what he's talking about. I mean, if he says it's going to be nice, he has no control over it. Mother Nature, she's the one that has control over it. God has control over it. But certainly not Tex Antoine or anybody else. So now all these years later, with all these new refined ways of tracking storms and this and that, and, you know, the European version and the USA version and this version, whatever. Now you have the computers to blame. So now they don't care. They say anything they want. They try to stay right, don't get me wrong. Hey, you may be right, I may be wrong. But you have something to fall back on. But, well, every computer was saying this was going to happen. But there was a high that came and crashed with a low, and then the high and the low got together and you had a high-low. And stop it already. Stop it, please. Do away with these 10-day and 2 weeks out forecasts, okay? Do a 3-day forecast like it used to be. That's because that's all you can be a little more correct if you stick with a 3-day forecast, because then the computers and everything is right there and you see what's developing around you. If you want to say, now, it might this, it might that, okay, all right, but you leave it at that. But when you have the audacity to sit and say on a Monday or even on a Tuesday what the weather is going to be the following Tuesday, you're a moron. And we're morons because we stand there glued at it. All right, what? It doesn't look good tomorrow, but next Wednesday looks great, so let's make our plans for that day. Are you kidding me or what? Travel plans. Holy Christmas. How many people do travel plans based on the 10 and 14-day forecast that you get online now? Hey, all right, I'm going to go down to Florida. And maybe I think I'll spend a week down there and, I'll go see my son and hang out at the beach all day. And, let me look. All right, so I arrive on Sunday. It's not too good that day, but that's a day to arrive and then unpack your clothes and get your, your hotel room all set up and everything else. Then go meet for something to eat. So that day doesn't really count. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, look at this, not a cloud in the sky. And this, great. All right, that's the week. You book it, boom, and you go. You get off the plane, it's beautiful, not a cloud in the sky. Hot as hell, you're sweating your ass off, right? As you're taking the bus over to go get your rental car and sweating your ass off and getting to the hotel and sweating your ass. Okay. Next day, you're all excited. You get up. And this is my routine when I go to Florida, and I haven't been there in a couple of years now because of that Italian disease. But I would get up roughly 8 o'clock. Relax a little bit, stretch, get my bathing suit ready and get this and that, and bing, bang, go, get my car and head off to Dunkin' Donuts, get one of those little breakfast things that they have with the bacon, cup of coffee, boom, go up to the Juno. That's why I like to go down in Jupiter and Palm Beach Gardens where Sonny lives, and then go to the Juno Dog Beach, which I love, and park the car, bing, go down the steps, set everything up, drink your coffee, have a little something to eat, and people are walking their dogs up and down the beach. It's just a wonderful place to be, and the Juno Pier is right in. Nice. Get down there, get everything, and all of a sudden, boom, clouds start rolling in. Okay, well, I guess no tan today. No tan. Okay, no tan the next day. No tan the next day, but 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun broke out. The clouds disappeared. It was banging. It just happened to me every time I was down there. It was banging hot. Beautiful. Rush to the beach. Get everything set up. Throw the oil on. Laying there. Man, getting a nice tan. I feel great. This is terrific. Got a convertible. The last time down there, I got a mid-sized car, whatever. And I'm talking to the girl behind the counter, and I said, you know what? That's not a New York, a Florida accent you have there. What are you talking about? I said, no, that's a New York accent. So actually, it sounds like Queens. Oh my God, how did you? I'm from Astoria. I said, you got to be kidding me. Now my family's from Astoria, 77th and Steinway and Ditmars Boulevard and blah, 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 blah. Oh, you got to be, I'm going to hook you up. Hooks me up with a BMW convertible. Are you kidding? Oh my God. And then the next year when I went back, she was there, hooked me up with a Chevy. Oh my God, Camaro convertible. Great. So, okay, now I'm coming back from the beach. Let me stop and get a couple of things at the store. So I stop at one of those little strip malls that are like every 12 feet in Florida. And I park the car. I go inside. I walk the aisles for no more than 5 minutes. That's the truth. And I'm waiting online, and all of a sudden I see people running in and running out, mostly running out. I'm like, holy shit, the place is getting robbed. I'm going to end up being killed here while I'm standing on line in Walgreens. And so I put my stuff on the counter, and I go over and I look out the window. And pitch black. It was 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and pouring like Noah was building an ark in somebody's garage down there. I mean, it was unbelievable. And it was like that almost every day. So you cannot predict what it's going to be like 14 days out when you can't even figure out what it's going to do on the day you're doing your forecast. So, all right, I'm off that now for now. And anybody that was following me on WBXO knows I go on my rants about these weather people because they're making unbelievable money to be wrong. And especially this guy that's up here on the island of Long. He does everything. He can never be wrong. I will literally tell you he's never been wrong. You know why? Oh, let me explain it to you. In the winter, he goes, it'll be a little chilly. And we got, some wind with wind gusts, 12 to 15 miles an hour and everything else. So make sure you wear your coat and your sweater. Well, yeah, it's winter, but okay, good idea. And the sun will break out. Excuse me. And there's a chance that we might have, a little precipitation, maybe some drizzling rain, or there's a chance it could be snow. It may be heavy at times, or it may not. Okay, so what did you miss? The only thing you didn't predict was a tornado or a tsunami? I mean, and he does the same thing for the summer. He said the other day, I think you heard it maybe, I would assume, if you're listening every day, which I hope everybody is. But I did a quote-unquote of what he said about 3 weeks ago. And he said, all right, so today looks pretty good. It's going to start out a little cloudy and hazy, but the sun's going to break through around 10 o'clock. Between 10 and 10:15. Now you're getting stupid. Now you're really starting to tick me off. Between 10 and 10:15. You're that good that you can predict exactly when the sun's going to break out. Jerk. So anyway, and then it should be a good day. And so the sun will be out. It's a good beach day. There's a chance of some showers after that, but it's not a washout. Okay, and if it does rain, it should start around between 1 and 2, and it should end about 5 or 6. That's not a washout. If we're going to have showers between 2 and 6 o'clock or 1 and 6 o'clock, that's not a washout. That's not a washout maybe for the evening to go out to dinner where you're going to be inside, but it's certainly a washout for any outdoor activities. And straight face, man, straight face. I gave it to you. I'm giving it to you straight. I'll give it to you straight, you son of a... So, anyway. So the other day we had the debate, and I must say, again, I think Trump was mishandled and kind of pushed around a little bit and silenced by a certainly much more professional moderator than Chris Wallace was. But Biden, again, was doing the interrupting, and they're letting him go. But, towards the middle or the second half of the debate, she kind of took a little more control over it. So I thought it was good. But again, plans. I got plans to do this. I got plans to do that. Both sides. What are your plans? And then Biden goes and slips and says, well, I want to get rid of all gas and oil in this country and fossil oil and fracking. Oh, man. He kept looking at his watch, too, like, oh, shit, man. Oh, are you kidding me? Still got 40 minutes to go. I mean, I don't have 40 minutes worth of conversation in my head. And Trump is there making his faces, he's, the Biff, I call it the Biff and Muffy face, Hello, Biff. Biff and Muffy, please, come, breakfast is served. So absolutely crazy. But, yeah, I'd put, he did good. I think they both did good for a while until, I sound like a weatherman now, until they didn't. But anyway, Monday, I think it is, Amy Barrett, final vote, and then she's expected to be sworn in, and Pelosi's on a rampage, and Schumer's on a rampage, and, because for the first time in a long time, their hands are tied, so they can't control everything. The Republicans control the Senate, and so they think, they're still thinking in the old days, all right, so we're going to have to lose this one. Without realizing, or he does, who the hell knows, but Schumer's a complete moron anyway. He's like the Harvey Korman of politics, he's always got to be on camera. And it's when she was done with her interrogation, I call it, they want to call it hearing, interview hearing, but it was an interrogation for sure, and she did great. But even Democrats were stepping forward and saying she is the best candidate I've seen in a long, long time. Good. That's how it's supposed to be. And I'm still saying it, and I'll say it until they put the last piece of dirt on me, that get rid of these labels, Republican and Democrat. Get out. Throw it away. Who are you? What do you mean? Well, what party do you work for? The American Party. The American people, that's what I work for. Are you Republican or Democrat? No, we don't do that anymore. What do you mean? We don't do that. Oh, you mean like you're an independent? No, there's no more labels. I am Sonny Grosso, and I'm running for senator. End of story. Yeah, but what side of the fence are you on? There's no fence. There's no fence. The only thing that matters is what we're going to do for the people of the United States of America. Okay? Of course, when you get into other areas and higher offices, and then what are you going to do, with the foreign affairs and powers and this and that, so it's a different story, but the same effect. So all you do when you go to the booth, is check off your person, the man or woman you're voting for, not what party they for. I would venture to say it's in excess of 40% of everybody that votes here in the United States of America goes down a party line. You're Republican, you click everything Republican. Right? You're a Democrat, you click everything Democrat, and liberal, and whatever. And that's not voting. That's not doing your due diligence, as you know I like to say. That's not doing, living up to the right that you're given, that no other countries in the world have that same kind of a right that we have, where almost anybody can run for office and we vote them in. They're not coming in and telling us this, that, and that. So we're given that opportunity, and we still don't do it right. 40%. That's my thing. 40% don't do it. It's probably higher. And they just go down their party line. Click, 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 click. But, so yeah, I think Amy Barrett's gonna be okay. I think she's gonna go in, and then it's only, a little bit more than the elections here, and then we can try to get back to normal, because, you don't know. And, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. An elephant's face. No, that was from a cartoon. Horton the elephant, if you ever remember Horton. And but I've said it. I said it before, and I said it again. You don't know, because Trump was so good at ripping the masks and the disguises off the media, where fake news is now no longer a joke. It's no longer like an insult. It's a fact of life, and we all use it all the time now, because he exposed it. CNN was caught so many different times, and Fox and this and that. But now it's back to where, I think anyway, it used to be, where I'm not here. I'm not an entertainer. I am not the star of this newscast. So you don't need an extra cleavage, and you don't need, 2 pairs of eyelashes and mini skirts with your legs hanging out and this and that. Get in there, talk about and report about the things that are important to the United States, to the world, and in politics and everything else. Give your side of the thing. Make sure that everybody understands it's an unbiased side. It's just your opinion. Lay the facts out. And then the show's over. It's become like, like an entertainment half hour or an hour segment at 8:00 at night on Channel 2 or whatever, over here. And for today's news, variety show. Stop it. It's ridiculous. So, and she's going nuts now, Pelosi, and she calls herself a lioness. I am a lioness up here. Things don't get done until I have to turn into a lioness. Excuse me, you mispronounced it. It's a lion miss. That's what you are. A lying miss. But yeah, she's definitely out of her mind. Let's get her out of there. Let's get Schumer out of there. You know, and I mean, I'm not just picking on Democrats. There's a lot of Republicans that don't do nothing. They just sit up there. They go every day and, you know, take a snooze behind their desk and, you know, just whatever they wear. Same thing as I was saying with the voters. Wherever their party is going, wherever the Republican Party is backing up or trying to take over, oh, yeah, I vote. I'm for that. And then they go and they make their vote, and boom. And it's available online to anybody ever wants to see. You can go in and see how many no-shows don't even show up for the votes. Check that one out. So the other day, remember I told you the mail-in votes were at 3 million. And then 2 days later, it was 6 million. Then the next day, it was 9 million. I just heard last night there's 43 million votes sent in by mail already. And it's climbing, expected to be, well, by today, they said. By Saturday, we expected to be around 90 million votes already in. I mean, what's it going to be? You know, come Halloween night, you know, or November 1st. Hey, listen, don't worry about it. You don't have to go to the polls. We have all the votes in already. I mean, how? How did that happen? 90 to 100 million people, 100 million people mailed in their vote? I don't know. Sorry. And then some man was arrested. They didn't say where he was from, or I missed it. But on social media, he threatened to kidnap Joe Biden and kidnap Kamala Harris and rape her and then kill them both. And they went. I think he posted it like on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and he was arrested at 1:05. I mean, it just, you know, I'm being facetious, but so many people out there that are kidnapping children and this and that and rapes and murders and this and that, and we can't find them for years, if we ever find them at all. But this guy they found in less than a couple of hours. That's what I meant the other day about putting a cyber task together. There is one. I'm not saying there isn't, but it needs to be beefed up. Because if anything COVID taught us, aside from trying to, deal with this and get along with our neighbors and with our family and how to be safe and protect ourselves, if you have no job to go to and there's nobody out in the streets for you to rob, I'm talking about these criminals, and you know, the rioting is over, so, you know, you can't get any more free merchandise and blah, blah, all the way down the line. So they're hanging out in the house and they're getting very, very good with the computer. Beef that up. Beef it up and start getting these people, because it's out of control. You know, Iran went and proved that people were trying to hack into it. Then they said Iran was, he's looking at his fourth Nobel, President Trump will be looking at his fourth Nobel Peace Prize nomination with this new pact that he's making with the whole Middle East and everybody agreeing to peace and, you know, trading together and working together and, you know, phenomenal. I mean, just phenomenal. If and when that gets done, you know. Haven't heard a peep out of that little midget in North Korea. I mean, it's amazing how they just piss all over this guy. And, you know, sometimes he does deserve it, but take the whole picture and, you know, look at the world at the same time and see how much better off we are right now, you know, in that area. And so now they're coming out with reports, the FBI, who hasn't done a frickin' thing, and I can't even tell you, I think the last thing they did was with Hillary and Obama, to put an end to all this crap. So now they're saying Iran was caught trying to interfere with the election by sending. So, you know, the first report was Iran caught trying to interfere with the election. So you hear that and your antennas go up and you say, what the hell? What are they doing? You think they're, you know, like they're mailing in ballots, or they found a way to get into the computers of the election process. And, you know, no. What were they doing? Same thing the idiots in Russia were doing when Hillary was running, putting things on social media, false facts about the, I guess they were pushing for for Trump. So they would be putting up false facts against Joe Biden and false facts against Harris and the whole Democratic Party in general, and false investigations that are going on right now. So, it's like mental warfare. So if enough people read that, oh, well, screw that. I ain't going to vote for the Democrats. If that's what they were trying to do. But it wasn't even big news. It was a blurb, and now it's gone. Yeah, it's a dirty game. Dirty game. And Matthew McConaughey was on a talk show, and I don't want to get... The woman's already been beat up enough. She was only doing her job, but she was being again, trying to be a Barbara Walters. And she's asking the questions, and she's trying to get him to say derogatory things and to actually bash Trump and what he's done in the last 4 years and what he's going to do and how he's ruining this and ruining America or whatever. And he wouldn't do it. And finally, he just said, "What is your problem?" That's the problem with all these. That's why he don't like the media and your all fake news and everything else. Why can't we just shut up and embrace the result, whichever way it goes? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? That's right. And then he said, all right. But then he got in his Buick and drove away. But it's the truth. Or is it Lincoln? Oh, shit. What does he do the commercial for? It might be Lincoln. But good for him. Good for him for saying that. Good for him. And not because it's Trump. Because he didn't say that it was like a pro-Trump, opinion that he was throwing out there. It was an American opinion. Like, come on already. If you vote who you want to vote for, again, I'm going to say, do your due diligence. Find out why you want to vote for them. Find out who is going to be better for us, not tomorrow, not in 14 days like the weather forecasters. Everybody for the past, I think it's probably the last 5-6 elections, going all the way back to the Nixon days, maybe right after that, everybody started having 5-year plans. I got a 5-year plan. I'm going to reduce the taxes by 28% for everybody across the United States. I'm just throwing numbers out there. Across the United States of America. It's a 5-year plan. So you don't have to do shit for 4 years. Now you want to get, you want to go and get reelected. We're about to jump on that whole tax program, but that was in the 5th-year plan. So you have to reelect me so I can get it done. And here we are. Oh, we got to vote for this. Oh, got to do it. Got to do it because it's not the 5th year. Oh, yeah. So anyway, Hunter Biden, who's been very popular on the news and in the papers and everything else, went and met with the FBI yesterday, which was Friday, and haven't heard anything. He went in to talk about the emails. He went in to talk about some of the relationships that he's had with China and over to Ukraine and with his old man and this and that and his wife and his mother. And I mean, it's all over the place, and his, I guess it's his sister's husband is also involved in everything else. Okay. But like I always said, if there's not a story to tell, they'll tell it. But if there is a story to tell, they won't tell it. And I think it should be that way. Not the first part, the second part. Until it's all done, and then you lay the whole thing out. So, I just find it very interesting that you don't hear the FBI doing really any kind of investigations into, all this stuff going on in Capitol Hill and politics in general. And now that the voting is 10 days away or whatever the hell it is, they're bringing Hunter Biden and Donald Trump in his campaign 4 years ago was screaming for that. Why doesn't somebody do an investigation into the Ukraine and Hunter Biden and even Joe Biden? Nothing. Nobody even entertained the idea of doing it. But now they want to. So let's see if or where the chips fall. But that's unbelievable. And more emails emerged. I'm starting to feel like a weatherman. I mean, a newscaster. Where Joe Biden's emails have been confirmed in his dealings with the Ukraine, and also China. And they even said it at one of his rallies. Not good. Not smart either. And talking about race and racism and this and that, and what are we going to do for for the people of color, quote unquote. Like I said, Caucasian's not a color anymore. But and then Joe Biden gets up and bashes the president that abolished slavery, Abraham Lincoln. Oh my God. Okay. Chris Cuomo, Governor Nipples' brother, got bashed in the media and by the people in the, $15 million a month rent, again being facetious, but unit that he lives in, by everybody for walking around not wearing a mask, walking into stores and a restaurant without wearing a mask. The whole time his brother was jumping and screaming at everybody, and he was jumping and screaming at Trump and this and that. He got caught not wearing a mask, but he caught the COVID-19 and he had to be going to quarantine. And so you don't learn. And, at the same time, your brother's the same. They're all the same, those Cuomos. And I worked in Walbaum Supermarkets with Frank Cuomo, who was Mario Cuomo's brother. And he just would shake his head. I don't want to talk about them. What they do is their thing. And he's going, no, I just don't. I'm like, wow. I said, you guys are like the Italian Kennedys. And he smiles. He goes, you have no idea, kid. I was like, okay, sorry, never mind. But there you go, Chris. Just keep on doing everything your brother's saying that we should do and that we're not, and that the White House didn't push this and didn't push that and treated it. There's your own brother. Again. Was he looking to catch it again? Do they think that's going to help the Democratic Party? Governor Murphy looks like he's going to have it. The state of Connecticut now is shutting down left and right. It's spiking all over the place. Or has it always been spiking? So to try to get some, boost into the economy, did they poo-poo on the numbers a little bit? So everybody's like, okay. All right. It's not under control, but it looks like we got it where we can manage it. And now we can't. They're saying the hospitals are starting to fill up again all over the place, all over the country. People are going in with the symptoms and it's not the flu, and then they find out they're testing positive for COVID. And even though it has a 97, 98 survival rate, and everybody's trying to jump on that bandwagon, there's still a hell of a lot of suffering that goes on, even if you do survive it. I knew somebody that was in the hospital for 3 months, her husband, a friend of mine's husband, 3 months. And out of the 3 months, I believe it was a month and a half or at least a month intubated. So, yeah, okay, and it's all said and done. You feel better, and you're happy that you're alive and survived. But don't go on that. Don't go on that 97, 98% survival rate, because there's a lot of crap that goes on in that whole meantime. And if they keep spiking the way they are, and more people need to be intubated again, oh boy, where are you going to put them? And we're going to go through the same thing we went through in March, so... Everything's being canceled anyway. No Santa Claus will be in Macy's. No Santa Claus in Macy's. So you better not play Miracle on 34th Street. And, that's probably another movie that'll be banned anyway. There'll be no Thanksgiving parade. But if the bozo wants to do his thing, they'll do it like some kind of a viral thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. No Radio City Music Hall. That was canceled all the way back in May. Radio City Music Hall, the Christmas show, this and that, the Rockettes, all that stuff. Nope. Concerts, nope. Venues, nope. All right, let's open bowling alleys and movie theaters. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Now, that's not done. And no Broadway plays. So in other words, and I'm being a little one-sided here because I'm from here. So in other words, no New York. So as Nipples goes around and wants to fight and arm wrestle and scream and yell and take shots at the White House while he says we are the best state in the United States of America, nobody did what we did. When he talks about the ego of Donald Trump, you surpass him. In no way in hell is it even open for debate that you go and say that. We are the best in the United States. We did the best job ever. Everything is shut down. Everything. It's about to go under. People are fleeing here. And when President Trump said that in the debate, he took offense to that. Okay, I understand you're taking offense as governor, but It's true. Everybody's flying out of here. Couldn't afford the taxes anyway. Now you want us to keep paying high rents and high taxes, but we can't have a business. A business cannot thrive anywhere in New York right now. And the more you keep closing things down and the more the numbers keep going up. So, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. And yeah, here in the island of Long, they open up movie theaters 25%. You have to keep your mask on through the entire movie, except if you're going to have a sip of a beverage, or if you're going to eat popcorn or a hot dog or whatever it is, then you can take it off. You have to have 3 seats apart from the next person that's in that row, assigned seating that is in that row. Unless you come in with somebody, then you could sit next to each other. So 5 of us will go in one car, 6 of us will go in one car and go. No, we're all together. Oh, so the 6 of us could all sit in a row. It makes no sense. It's either you do it or you don't do it. Have you noticed everything on Amazon Stick, it's called, I think, and Netflix and and Amazon Prime? Almost everything now is that used to be free when we were, almost on lockdown, is now $2.99, $3.99, $5.99, and for one episode of whatever it is that you're looking to do. I went to watch cartoons. It was, and there was the new Looney Tunes and the new Rocky and Bullwinkle and the new this and the 25 different channels of Scooby Doo, which I don't get, but anyway. All the new stuff, and even, the Animes or Animimes or whatever the frig they call it, but they're for free. But the classics that you want to watch, me anyway, and you want to see, even classic movies that I remember not having to pay for it because I watched them a million times, like The Godfather 2 was for free. Okay. You had to pay for Godfather 1, even back then. All right. But Godfather 2 was free. Goodfellas was free. Rio Bravo. Just almost, every genre of movie. Genre, my man, how you doing? And now you got to pay for them. So everybody's getting stupid and everybody's getting greedy out there, And sometimes if you sit and you look at it, you say, all right, $2.99, $3.99 to watch this. I really like this movie. The hell with it. I'll pay for it. If you do that 2 times a night, you're still way ahead of the game as they're thinking. Yeah, but if you went to the movies cost $15, $17. Here, you're only paying $3, $6, $9 maybe if you watch a couple of movies in one night. So it's really not a bad deal. Well, it is a bad deal. We're paying for cable, we're paying for this, but it was for free. And the Prime movies, the Academy Award winning kind of movies and stuff like that, you had to pay $2.99 or $3.99. So that's worth it. And that makes sense. But now almost every movie that you want to watch, it's crazy. Unless you want to binge watch. But which is great. I don't know about you people out there, but I love that binge watching thing because you don't have to wait till the next week, especially when it's done right and they keep you on the end of your seat. But when it's over, oh my God, it's like coming back from a free vacation in Acapulco, or Bora Bora or something. And then you come back to your little 1-room apartment. You're like, oh my God, the depression that sets in. It's the same thing here. What do you mean they got to wait till 2021? Wait a second. Wait, hold on. I just watched 4 years worth of this show. Wait. And so now we got to wait. And even though it sounds far away, 2021 isn't that far away anyway, right? So. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. See if they get smart and start throwing a couple of bones back to us, Everything isn't about the almighty dollar, but yet it is at the same time. So there you go. That's my weather forecast for the economy. And then I was watching, every Saturday I put on the FBI files. It's on, I forget, Channel 111, whatever that is, here on the island of Long. In beautiful downtown Merrick. And so there was a couple that was missing. Their boat was missing from the dock, and then it was a whole bunch of stupid twists and turns, whatever. But they finally narrowed down to these 2 suspects that they saw in the water coming from this boat and this and that, blah, blah, blah. They're in a rowboat, okay? A rowboat. And in, almost like a kayak. And the Coast Guard is chasing them in a Coast Guard cutter. And they got away from them. How do you get away in a rowboat from a Coast Guard cutter? You got to be out of your freaking mind, Eddie. But anyway, so now they get them and found them hiding somewhere. They gave some kind of a foot chase or whatever. And let's go. Come with me. Where are we going? We're going downtown. And they go. And like, you always want to see the good news. You want to see that these murderers and rapists and other heinous people that are, throughout this friggin' planet. But, I popped my peas, excuse me. But why do you say yes? I don't understand. Why do you say yes? Have you not watched enough television by now to know that you don't have to go if there's no warrant to bring you in for questioning, okay, or material witness warrant or anything else? And then they go. And then they go in the room, and then they sit down there with the detectives or the special agents or whoever it's going to be, right? And they rattle their mouth off, and they tell this, and they tell one lie after another lie, and then they can't remember what lies. And thank God, for the sake of law enforcement, there are stupid people like that out there. But I just can't understand that you haven't learned yet by now. Do you have a warrant? No. Well, then I'm not going with you to the precinct. Oh, I can get a warrant. Okay. Then I'll go, but get a warrant. And then when they get the warrant, when they take you down, either to police precincts or FBI headquarters or branch offices or whatever, I don't want to answer any questions. I want my lawyer. Everything stops right then and there. That's it. So you can't make a mistake. You can't get railroaded. You can't say you said what you said under duress. It's done. There's no more questioning. And then they just go, let the lawyers do what they got to do back and forth and see what happens if they're going to go to trial or whatever. But it's amazing to me. So let's be careful. Let me put my my usual reminder up here now because be careful with this COVID. And, even if it's a beautiful day and like we were all supposed to go meet today to celebrate everybody's October birthdays and that we usually did every year with Daddy-O. And it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it for the spiking. It wasn't worth it for, the surrounding states, Connecticut, New Jersey, even parts of Pennsylvania now, and Boston are starting to spike all around that. It's not worth it to get in a car and drive all the way to a restaurant. We love the people there and we love the place, but no, stay home. So that's what we did. You guys should think about always doing the same thing too. Like, is it worth it? I don't know. You know what? I don't think so. So let's just stay home. You dig?
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray.
I agree.
For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
That's right. Makes sense. Come on, you know it does. So, all right, so let's go out with, it's a song that I wrote, and as the holidays are right around the corner, I don't know what they're going to be like. I definitely know they're not going to be like holidays of the past or the holidays that live in our hearts and in our souls. And certainly for us and the family and loved ones and friends of Sonny Grosso, Daddy-O Sr., who will not be around for Christmas. In my X amount of years that I've been on this planet, my first birthday without him just passed. Same thing with my sisters. And this will be the first Christmas without him. After just getting used to that with Ma. But so it just proves that the bond that's there, no matter what, whether it's 100% good or it's only 20% good, whatever, you never get past that. No matter what your age is, you still feel like an orphan. And that's what me and my sisters talk about sometimes. Like, I feel like I'm an orphan. We're growing up with grown-up kids and everything else. And, grandkids are going to be popping around soon. And we're like, wow. it's a whole different feeling. So add that on top of the COVID, and if they do lock down this country again, where you're not allowed to do any traveling and everything, it's going to be a very, very hard holiday season, if you want to call it that. And I hope we are able to still call it that. But that's why I want to play the song that I wrote and produced and put together and musically and words and sang it and all that other shit. Called Heaven's Phone, because right about this time of year is when everybody starts missing everybody in heaven. You know, loved ones, mom, dad, cousins, sisters, aunts, it doesn't matter. You know, and you start thinking, wow, man, I really wish I could hear their voice right now. I really wish I could be with them right now. And, you know, I know one day we will. And you go through that whole thing, but it doesn't help, because it's not a pleasant subject to think about. So I took a poem that I wrote and I turned it into this song. Called Heaven's Phone, reminding everybody, all you got to do in your heart and your soul, if you believe, is use Heaven's phone and talk to them. You know, you could talk like I'm talking to you now, or you could just talk with your mouth closed in your mind or whatever. Go for a walk, go for a drive in the car and have a talk with them, whatever. And if you really believe it, you'll hear them talking back. And if you don't believe it's like, you know, they're really actually talking back, they will talk back to you and guide you along their way, as they did while you were on this planet, while they were on this planet. So this is Heaven's Phone. Everybody have a good rest of the weekend. And I love yous, and keep listening and sharing my podcasts, because I'm on everything now except drugs. See you later. Love you. This song's going out to everybody that's missing someone up in heaven. You know, up in heaven, we got something called Heaven's Phone. It's available 24 hours a day. Pick it up. Say hello. I still can't believe you're really not here. Weeks blend to months and months into years. You promised you'd stay. I know how you tried. God needed you, so I stepped aside. I didn't collapse, did not fall apart, but deep down inside there's a hole in my heart. It comes out of nowhere, a sight or a sound. That's when it hits me that you're not around. So much to remember, so much to forget. You left me too soon is my only regret. My heart breaks a little when I think of when we'd land on tomorrows that would never end. I try to fight it, hold back the tears, never give in to the grief or the fears. But when those times come and I need to talk, to just hear your voice or go for a walk. We don't need no wires, don't need a dial tone, 'cause you always answer when I use Heaven's phone. Yeah, I try to fight it, hold back my tears, never give in to the grief or the fears. But when those times come and I need to talk, to just hear your voice or go for a walk. We don't need no wires, don't need a dial tone, 'cause you always answer when I use Heaven's phone. You always answer when I use Heaven's phone. You always answer when I use